They said Egypt is the land of history, but you never truly understand those words until you stand here right before the gates of the Grand Egyptian Museum. The sun rises slowly, spilling liquid gold across the pyramids, as if the ancient gods themselves are waking up. The air feels different, thick with pride, heavy with memory. And in that moment, you don't just feel like a visitor, you feel like you are stepping into time itself. You walk toward the majestic entrance, and it's impossible not to pause. You breathe. You look up. The modern glass meets ancient stone, and suddenly you realize Egypt did not preserve history. Egypt is history. Each step etches like you're walking beside the Pharaohs, like the past is whispering through the wind. You enter the hall, and there he stands, Ramses I, towering, eternal, unshaken by thousands of years. His presence is not just a statue, it's a heartbeat. You feel it in your chest. You feel it in your bones. This isn't just tourism. This is a reunion with greatness, with legacy, with who we truly are. The halls stretch before you like a sacred road, each light beam touching stone touched by kings and queens long before our world existed. You move quietly, not because anyone told you to, but because the dignity of this place demands silence. You stand before Tutankhamun's golden treasures, and suddenly you remember being a child learning his name in school, but here, you don't see a chapter in a book. You see a boy king who ruled an empire. You see gold forged by hands we will never know, jewels that saw sunrises we can only imagine, craftsmanship more advanced than stories ever described. Your heart whispers, "We come from this," and you smile. You walk further, and every corner reveals a miracle.
Ancient boats that once carried pharaohs across sacred rivers.
Statues with eyes carved so deeply, you feel like they see you. Jewelry so delicate, yet so powerful, it feels like touching royalty. And the hieroglyphs glowing softly, like memories carved in stone refusing to fade. The walls breathe a history, and you breathe with them. You remember the libraries you read in, the documentaries you watched, the tales your grandmother told you, but none of it compares to witnessing civilization alive in front of you. Not buried, not forgotten. Alive. You look around, families, children with tiny pharaoh crowns, elders wiping tears, tourists speechless, Egyptians walking taller than usual, as if the pride in that room lifts their spines. You hear whispers. This is ours. Look what our ancestors did. Look at Egypt. And even if you don't speak the language, the message is universal. Pride does not need translation. You take another step, and it feels impossible not to imagine ancient streets, golden chariots, temples shining under the sun of Ra, queens in flowing gowns, warriors loyal to their land, scholars charting stars, doctors performing surgeries thousands of years before modern medicine. You realize Egypt was not building tombs, Egypt was building eternity. Then, something magical happens. The future enters the room. Digital displays, holograms of kings and queens, interactive learning, science and technology standing beside sacred relics, as if the past and future finally shook hands. And you feel hope. Hope that our world still learns. Hope that knowledge is never lost. Hope that humanity remembers where greatness began. And suddenly you see your reflection in the glass, and behind you, the golden mask of a pharaoh. For a second, the line between you and history blurs. You look royal too. Because this place doesn't make you feel small, it makes you feel part of something eternal. You step outside again, and the pyramids greet you like guardians. The desert glows warm like the breath of creation. You feel the wind, ancient, wise, gentle, eternal. You close your eyes, and for a moment you don't hear cars or cities or noise. You hear the heartbeat of a civilization that shaped the world. You feel your soul rise, proud and tall like the obelisks of Karnak. And in that single moment, you promise yourself something, that history will not sleep again, that legacy will not fade, that Egypt will not be remembered, Egypt will be felt. And as you walk away, you whisper to yourself, if the world ever forgets where greatness began, let them stand here, let them feel what I just felt. Let them see the sun touch the stones and awaken history, because this is not just a museum. This is a temple of humanity, a monument of memory, a crown placed gently on the head of a nation that never stopped being great. And long after the world changes, and skies shift, and time moves forward, Egypt will still rise with the sun, and remind us all civilizations may be born, but legions are carved in eternity.